This week, we've seen a big drop in oil prices. Brent crude down about 7% to start the week.
Yeah, but gas prices have been slower to fall, only about 2% on average here in the U.S. That's according to our friends at GasBuddy.com.
The complication is that gas prices in Michigan cycle. Right now, my sense is that where prices are is probably in the bottom third of that cycle. So we're getting close to having to see prices cycle again. Today's drop in oil will give stations a little bit more room to go a little lower. But if oil abruptly suddenly shifts and goes back up, that slack is going to be pulled out immediately and stations will probably have to go up.
When I sat down with Patrick DeHaan with Gas Buddy, he tells me the drop in oil prices isn't surprising as we haven't seen any new attacks in the past several days. But how long oil prices stay down and how impactful that will be on our local gas prices is really contingent on how all factors overseas and here at home develop.
Even if the U.S. and Iran signed a peace deal, there's still the possibility of Houthi attacks. There's still the possibility that Ukraine strikes Russian oil refineries. There's still hurricane season. So right now, even if one of the major issues was solved, there's still a lot of uncertainty with the other remaining issues.
Now, over the weekend, another Russian refinery was attacked again, cutting the amount of gas that can be produced and again added to the global market. That will eventually have an impact on our gas prices right here at home.
I'm Alina Howder, your Grand Haven reporter. From the Kids Parade to ship tours, there's lots to look forward to at the Coast Guard Festival. But what's it like from the perspective of a coastie? That's what I found out.
There's nothing quite like being a coastie in Coast Guard City.
It makes me feel like a celebrity. It's awesome. Everyone's like so positive and supportive of us.
Especially during one of the most exciting times of the year.
I absolutely love Coast Guard Fest.
Coast Guard reservist Megan Young has been stationed in Grand Haven for 5 years. She'll help out on Kids Day, happening Tuesday from 10 to 2 p.m.
Just getting all the kiddos like pumped and full of a bunch of candy to send back home to mom and dad. And yeah. And then I also help out with Senior Day.
Senior Day will be on Wednesday. No other place Young would rather be.
Bringing joy to other people really makes me happy. And so I'm thankful and fortunate that I'm able to do that.
A similar sentiment shared by Eric David, who's called Grand Haven home the past 3 years.
I can say that it's the most support I have ever felt being a Coast Guard member.
His favorite part of the pageantry, the people.
A lot of them have amazing stories to share, and I just really like getting to know a lot of the veterans and the stories that they have to share about their own experiences.
A full circle moment for Officer Michael Marshall, a Battle Creek native who spent part of his childhood in South Haven.
Seeing the Coast Guard out there, we'd see the helicopters and the small boats, and I felt like that was an impact, kind of helped me with my decision to join the Coast Guard later.
This fest will be the first ever that he's worked. Something he's looking forward to sharing with his little ones.
To be part of like the Kids Day and be part of the parades and just kind of see what Dad does for his job out here in the Coast Guard. So I think that's going to be something to share with them. It's kind of special.
I'm Alina Howder, your Grand Haven reporter, Fox 17 News.
I'm your Grand Rapids reporter, Zachary Wheaton. An effort is underway to change the name of Cesar y Chavez Avenue. But not everyone is on board with that idea. Learn more and find out where the city stands in its review process just ahead.
Good morning, everybody. If you're just rolling out of bed this morning, the rain is out of here, but it's still warm and sticky out there. Dew point temperatures are in the upper 60s, but they're going to fall throughout the day, and we have a much drier, more comfortable air mass that will filter in. We'll see how long that lasts and have a peek at our weekend coming up next.
You're watching Fox 17, part of the Scripps News Group.
I'm your Grand Rapids reporter, Zachary Wheaton. After allegations were made against the late civil rights leader, there is now an effort underway to change the name of Cesar y Chavez Avenue. But not everyone is on board with that idea. I spoke with a man who's owned a business on this street for 38 years. He says he thinks the name should stay.
I've called the city, I've written to them, I've written to the school board. I don't believe we should be changing the name of the school or the name of the street. I think they need to leave it alone.
Longtime business owner Dr. Jose Flores advocated for the city to change Granville Avenue to honor the late labor rights leader back in 2022. And despite the allegations and effort from some of his neighbors to change the street name, Dr. Flores told me he thinks the name should stay the same.
For us to try to erase his legacy because of allegations that are made, while we have sitting presidents and past presidents who have a questionable past. We want fairness for Chavez. Chavez has never been convicted of any crime. He's never had a formal complaint filed with any legal jurisdiction in the country.
A New York Times investigation from earlier this year found that Chavez groomed and sexually assaulted girls that were part of the United Farm Workers movement. And since that report, neighbors with the Roosevelt Park Neighborhood Association have filed a petition with the city to restore the street name to Granville Avenue. In a letter sent to the commission, the association says the request, quote, reflects feedback from community stakeholders who have participated in discussions regarding the historical identity and continuity of the neighborhood. And while Dr. Flores acknowledged the seriousness of the allegations, he told me he believes Chavez should be judged for his work advocating for worker rights and not the claims brought against him.
And when you think back of what we've accomplished through the efforts of Cesar Chavez, that whole movement is worth preserving in history.
The internal review stage of the city's street renaming process is currently underway, which will include a review of the cost, effort, and inconvenience the name change could have on neighbors. Stick with Fox 17 as we continue to follow this story. In Grand Rapids, I'm Zachary Wheaton, Fox 17 News.
Organizers of the Grand Haven Coast Guard Festival forced to make a tough decision Monday after severe weather threats made them cancel the annual parade of ships. It is one of the festival's signature events where thousands line up along the lakeshore to watch a large number of vessels make their way into Grand Haven. Since that parade was called off, some of those ships came in a little early.
They were posted out here, so we said, you know what, let's go take a look. And then we saw someone posted they were coming in a little early, so we came out here. Well, when the fog was sitting out there, you could kind of see them just like, it almost looked like a pirate ship. So now that they're out there coming in, it's really nice to see that they cleared up so we can actually watch them.
The weather may impact other events as that festival continues this week. Be sure to check official Coast Guard channels to get the latest updates.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Let's take a look at our Fox 17 future track. What a big difference from yesterday. We had that storm system that was going to be coming in here, and it certainly looks a lot better. We may start today with some cloud cover, but we'll scour that out and see mostly sunny skies today. Here's the other thing about today. With high pressure building in here, we'll see mostly sunny skies as we go through the day, but it's also going to bring in a far more comfortable, drier air mass, less humid air mass as well. Tonight, with high pressure overhead, the winds will settle down just a little bit, and then we'll see lows in the upper 50s to around the 60-degree mark. And then as we go through Wednesday night into Thursday, we'll see lows down into the 50s. And then on our Thursday here, we've still got mostly sunny skies. Things look pretty good. Our next shot of precipitation really doesn't come into play until we get into probably Friday. But you can see the next 3 days look pretty good with a gradual increase in temperatures. Plenty of sunshine for our Wednesday and Thursday, with highs getting up eventually on Thursday to around 87 degrees. And by Friday night into Saturday, we may see a chance of some showers and thunderstorms by that time.
If you've applied for dozens, even hundreds of jobs lately and heard nothing back, well, you're not alone. Despite hearing positive unemployment rates, hiring is down compared to this time last year and also below pre-pandemic levels.
The job market feels hard because it is. It's also really confusing because you do see, different headlines. But what our data shows us is hiring has slowed 7.5% if you look from June of this year to last year.
Career experts say one major mistake people make is mass applying, sending applications everywhere without tailoring them to the actual role.
Job seekers are saying that they are applying to hundreds of jobs, and it's taking them months or even sometimes upwards to a year to get hired.
And in today's market, recruiters are paying attention to more than just resumes, and this includes LinkedIn.
It's your first impression. It's your first digital impression. And it's something that we know hiring managers and recruiters do check.
Catherine Fisher believes the experience section matters.